What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Fenniken evolution team. This one is for Patreon. If you'd like your theme team done, you can check it out in the description of the video under the Patreon link. Mystery Guard, this one is for you. So obviously I had to use Fennekin's evolutions, but to make things a little easier on me, considering it was already very difficult to do, I used 6 Pokemon. So I used 2 Fennekins, 2 Braixens, and 2 Delphox. Even with those 6 Pokemon, I had so many weaknesses and the battles were very, very difficult. But they were very entertaining, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing and check it out because it was a very fun team to do. If you do want to battle me, the chat is in the link of my videos. I battle there each day at a random time. And let's get into this one. This was a battle against Kobe on my chat. We have a sharpened Cryogonal lead. Man, I like this. Has quite a good physical move pool. It's just amazing. So with the first Fennekin, I've got this one was a Focus Sash set. Now, unfortunately, Fennekin didn't get anything like counter, so I couldn't make use of its rather bad stats. So on this one I had Hypnosis, Flamethrower, Grass Knot, and Psyshock. I had Focus Sash as the item and Magician as the ability. Max speed, max special attack. So we got the Cryogonal going for the Sub-Zero Slammer right off the bat there. Obviously that's the best move it can hit me with. Being a physical set, I know that it gets Explosion, it gets Ice Shard, things like that, but it's not probably the greatest move pool in the world. It still does a lot of damage to me. Now I went for the Psyshock because its defense is about 2. However, since my special attack isn't really that great and it's not super effective, it doesn't do as much. Now it's going to go for the knockoff, and that's going to be enough to take him out. So probably not the greatest start there for me, but it was very, very difficult. So my Focus Sash is gone. Now I'm going to send it to my next Fennekin. So this Fennekin had, this was another quite a gimmicky set. This was a physical one. It had Swagger, Psych Up, Flame Charge, and Attract. So the idea was to Swagger the opponent, copy the stats with Psych Up, which is very, very risky, and then go for the Flame Charge. Attract is you could get the Swagger up, Attract. So they probably wouldn't snap out of confusion, or if they did, they'd get attracted or infatuated. Now, I also had the Fire MZ as the item on this one too. So finally, we take out the Snowflake, which is quite ironic considering my entire team is super effective against it. So getting off the Swagger on Armoldo. Now, Armoldo was really scary because yeah, it was really, really strong against my team being, rock type. So I've got the Swagger over it, which is good, hoping it hit itself in confusion, which it doesn't. Now it's going to go for the Braixen. It's a special one, and I'm definitely not going to be able to take that one. That's my second Fennekin down. Rip. So I've still got 4 Pokemon left. So I swapped in my Delphox. Now, this Delphox was really fun too. So on this one, I had a little combination. I had Protect, I had Substitute, I had Future Sight, and also had Blast Burn. I thought I'd try that. Now, the strategy was as follows. You get the Future Sight up, then you can go Protect off. What the hell? There's something on my leg. Oh, I thought it was a spider crawling on my leg, but you know how you get like a bit of hair on your leg? Anyway, so it's alright guys, I'm fine. I didn't get bitten by a spider. So Mataurus's long lost brother is going to swap in, or it's going to get dragged out. So I've got the Future Sight up on the field. However, we're going to have a double swap because I've actually got Red Card as the item there. Now we have Electrite coming in. Now this is very bulky with Everlight, right? So I needed to take this thing out. So I'm going to go for the Blast Burn, and I'm going to hit it with the Future Sight as well. So Blast Burn does a lot of damage. Obviously, it's max health, max special defense. I steal the Everlight, and now it's going to land a Toxic on me. Now, since I took its Everlight, Future Sight is definitely going to be able to take it out. You don't have to use Blast Burn either straight away. I like to go for the Protect and Substitute, getting the Future Sight off, which does some really nice damage there too. Plus, you sort of get like a double damage. You can go for the Blast Bird and then go for the Future Sight, and sort of like kicks in after you use the Protect the first time. So it's a pretty fun strategy, at least for this team. So now we have the Armoldo coming back in. Oh goodness. So I'm on recharge. There's nothing I can do, and now it's going to go for the Braixen again, and Delphox is going to go down. So I'm getting swept by a Braixen Armoldo at the moment. I've always wanted that. So I've still got 3 more Pokemon left. I've got on my team, right, I had to have some like bulky Pokemon that was sort of like the core of my team, and Braixen was it. So this Braixen I've used a lot of times. It's very effective, and it's sort of my MVP in a lot on this team. So now we have the Spiritomb coming out, which is going to be annoying. However, I'm going to get the Toxic off, which is going to be nice against that. So Toxic usually breaks Spiritomb, even if it does have stuff like Pain Split and stuff. So that's what my thought process was at the moment. Also on this set, I had Wish, I had Protect, and I had Fire Spin, Max Health, Max Special Defense with Magician and Everlight ability. So going for Protect this time just to get an extra round of Toxic racking up on the Spiritomb. Now, Spiritomb's going to have Ominous Wind, which could become a problem if it does actually boost up in stats. However, I'm quite confident I can live even if it gets like a couple up because I'm very bulky. So going for the Fire Spin on the Spiritomb now, trapping it in so it cannot swap out. It's going to go for Snarl, dropping my special attack and doing like just minor damage to me. So Fire Spin won't do as much damage. That's really not much of a problem. Fire Spin's really only there to trap the opponent in. So Spiritomb is going to be down in about 2 turns, so I can either go for Protect or go for some extra Fire Spin damage. I opted to go for some more Fire Spin damage on the Spiritomb. However, it's going to have Rest. I'm like, oh. I was thinking while I was doing this, the only thing that's going to save this Spiritomb if it does have Rest, normally it runs Pain Split, which is, that's a pain in the ass. So it's going to get all its health back and eat its Chesto Berry. So the only good thing about this was, if I do the Toxic and the Fire Spin again to it, it's going to have to go to sleep, and it's going to be asleep for 2 turns, so I can swap another Pokemon out into it and try and set up on it. So I did have a somewhat strategy I could use against it. So the Spiritomb is once again poisoned, and I've got the Fire Spin trapping in there. So it's continually going for the Ominous Wind, trying to boost its stats. I guess it's trying to boost its stats, and then, if it can live the last the 2 turns while it's sleeping, and then it's going to be able to attack, then sleep off again. So I had to get rid of this thing before it got a couple of Ominous Wind boosts. So go for more Fire Spins on this thing. It's doing absolutely amazing damage at the moment. Ominous Wind is going to hit. This is hitting me for very minimal damage. I like how it's got Wish as well, and very makes it a very nice set. You can pass Wish on to other Pokemon too. Obviously, the problem I had with this team was there was a lot of weaknesses, right? You had just Stealth Rock in general, a Rock type Pokemon, Water type Pokemon. It was an absolute night, ground types, everything. It was so difficult. Anyway, so your Spiritomb is on its last legs, even though it doesn't have any, and that almost takes it out, and it lives on 1 health. Damn it. So I'm going to go for this Fire Spin. It misses. I'm like, oh my god, are they going to go for Rest? But thank goodness they did. I would have been screaming so much then. Ominous Wind doesn't get a boost there, and the Spiritomb is down. Man, I was so worried that it was going to go for a second Rest there. It would have been so salty. So I got 3 more Pokemon left. The opponent has 3 left. And now we have the Armordo coming in. I've got to get rid of this Brian Armordo. So thank goodness I do outspeed, and I get the Toxic off against this thing. That was really important. I do have a Braixen, another one that's bulky too, that's sort of like the counterpart to this, that has Will-O-Wisp. That's what I was thinking as well if I couldn't get the Toxic off. Right, so that's going to go for the Ancient Power. Obviously, it's another boosting Pokemon, and it gets the boost. I'm like, oh no, this is really bad. So it's going to get a buff in all its attacks, and now it's going to be able to outspeed me, and probably outspeed the rest of the Pokemon I've got on my team. So the only thing I can really do here is go for Protect. I cannot use any other moves, I can't risk another Fire Spin or anything like that. So I'm thinking, well, my best option here would be, it's got Flash Cannon. So it's got Brian, Flash Cannon, Ancient Power. I'm not sure what the other move is. I've got some ideas, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go for a Protect. Double Scumbag Protect. Fails, unfortunately. I was hoping I'd get another one off. And now it's going to go for another Ancient Power, and that's going to take me out. But the good thing was there, it didn't get a boost, so I'm quite happy with that. So I've only got 2 Pokemon left. The other Delphox and the other Braixen. Now, the other Braixen is more bulky in defense, so it's probably not going to take it as well. But I'm very confident that I can take another Ancient Power and get this off. What I want. I've got Flamethrower on this. I've got Will-O-Wisp. I also have Wish on this one too. I actually don't have Protect on this, which is a little bit annoying. I've got Foul Play, so I was going to go for Foul Play. Anyway, so the Brian does under half my health, thank goodness, because as you know, Brian gets a power up if you're below half health, so that's not going to hit as hard. Now, obviously, the Braixen is going to be able to live that one. I just went for a Wish here to get some health back. Really, I just was trying to Toxic Stall this thing out. It probably wouldn't be better if I'd Protect on this set, but that's going to go down anyway, regardless whether I lost my Braixen or not. So I've got Braixen left on a little bit of health, and I've got 1 more Delphox, and now we have a Seadra, so another, how many super effective Pokemon? So we got Seadra, which is going to go for the Octazooka, and that's going to take out, obviously, me out in last little bit of health there. So the last Pokemon I've got is my Delphox. Now, physical... I've actually got a physical Delphox, which is nice. Get some interesting physical moves. Let me tell you what this amazing set was. So I've got Fire Up Punch. I mean Fire Punch. I've got Power, guys. I put Power Up Punch and Fire Up Punch. I put Fire Punch and Power Up Punch together. Oh my god! New move, guys. Leaks Gen 8 Fire Up Punch. Totally credible source. So go for the, I've got the Thunder Punch on this one, and I've got Zen Headbutt as well. And now the item was Expert Belt to boost my super effective attacks. I also had Blaze as the ability instead of Magician. So obviously we get the Siege just swapping out there, interestingly, on the Thunder Punch, but I do get a Parahax, which is nice. So now I thought, well, I can go for the Zen Headbutt here, get a scummy flinch, and maybe finish it off with like a Power Up Punch. However, it's going to go for a freaking Cotton Gun. I'm like, oh, this better not have rest too. So it's going to get a buff in defense. There is no way I'm going to be able to take this thing out with Zen Headbutt. I need a flinch, and it misses. Oh! And now the scummy Taurus's scummy cousin is going to go for a Rock Climb and take me out. Oh, man, I'm so salty. That's the first battle done. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I certainly did. Not salty or anything. So let's get into this next battle. This is a battle against Mystery. Now we have a Fenniken lead again. I like leading off with this one. Usually it was good, like sort of like cannon fodder to see what the first Pokemon was. So we have a Kamala, and the best thing I can do, I can't go for Hypnosis. The thing's already asleep, so I'm going to go for the Flamethrower to try and get a burn against this. I had max special attack, but it really didn't do a lot of damage. So Kamala's going to go for the little barrel spin, and it does about half health to me with return, so it's about a 3-hit KO. My focus actually is sort of gone now because I've already taken a hit. So I thought the best thing I could do is get as much damage off with Flamethrower as possible. I think Flamethrower is about a 5-hit KO against this thing. So I just lived that second return, and I can just go for another Flamethrower, getting some damage off on that. And that's really about all I can do to the Kamala. I know that I can swap something else into Revenge Killer, and obviously Play Rough is going to take me out there. But that's all good. I would have liked to have like a move like Counter on that. It would have been much more handy. Usually with the lower evolutions, they don't have a lot of damage output, so I kind of rely on those sort of moves. Or just a strategy like a fixed move strategy or something like that. Anyway, so swapping on my Fennekin, going for the Swagger, hoping I can get the Psych up against this thing, and we can get this party started. So we've got the +2 attack on the Kamala, which is not good, because if it does get through, it's going to hit me really, really hard. And it does get through with the return. Oh, man, and it's going to spin around the barrel, and I live on 4 health. Wow, that was very, very close. So now the Kamala's going to swap out, which I was like, damn, because I was going to actually psych up on the swap there, copy those +2, then go for a scummy Z move, but that wasn't the case. So Primarina's going to come in, and this is not good. So another Pokemon that's really strong against my team. However, Primarina's going to go for a Nasty Plot. Oh, guys, Hacker Exposed, Nasty Plot, Primarina. No, I know what Pokemon that is. It's a Zoroark, guys. That's why it used that. So that Nasty Plot sort of gives away what the Pokemon was. It's going to get a +2 in special attack. So we've got the obviously we've got the +2 in attack to the Primarina or Zoroark. It's Primarina, guys, and it's going to actually hit itself with Confusion there, which is really good. So not only will I be able to copy a +2 in attack, I'll be able to copy a +2 in special attack. But the problem was this was actually a physical Fennekin, so I couldn't make use of those special stats at all. So now the Primarina is going to go for another Nasty Plot. I was like, oh boy, if this doesn't take this out, it's probably going to sweep my entire team. So it's got +4 in special attack, and I just went for the Z Flame Charge here. That was the best move I got on this thing. I had Flame Charge to make me faster as well. And obviously Swagger Attract to try and get these Swaggers up. Obviously the weakness with this set is they can straight away break through and just take you out, or just swap on the Swagger and Attract. So that was the weakness. And obviously the type coverage too, only having one Fire type move was very risky. So since I know that it's a Zoroark, it's not going to be not very effective, and that's enough to take the Primarina Zoroark out. I like Zoroark's ability, it's really cool. I hope we get some more abilities like that. Yeah, they're really cool. So now we have the Kamala coming out again. It's coming in for a second little barrel roll. Now, I know that I'm going to be able to outspeed this thing. However, I know that it does get Sucker Punch. So I was like, should I go for, not Hypnosis, for like a status type move like Swagger? And I went for the Flame Charge and I took it out. I took like a risk there. And that was enough to take Kamala out, which is good because I had a +2 in attack from the Zoroark. Now we've got Altaria. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do anything to this because they're going to be able to resist me like really, really heavy. However, I do have Attract and I do have Swagger, so I thought I might be able to get something going with that. So I went for the Attract, considering that's going to be a better play than going for Swagger. Swagger could miss and it's not as effective. So we got a chance. It's going to get Infatuated or attack me. However, it's not going to attack. It's going to go for an Agility. So I'm like, that's not too bad. It's going to boost its speed by 2 stages if I'm able to get this to hit itself in Confusion and then copy the stats. That could be really good. It's going to get Immobilized by Love. Now I'm going for the Swagger on the Altaris. I'm like, oh, this is really good. I've got the, got the Attract going. I've got the Swagger going. All I got to do is copy this and then go for a Flame Charge and do 1 damage. So the Altaria is going to get confused, obviously, and it's also attracted as well. It's going to get through the Confusion, and it's going to get through that as well and take me out with a Disrespect Heat Wave. Oh man, so that was pretty good. Fennekin did a nice job there, but there wasn't much I could do to Altaria. It was pretty much walled. Even with +6 attack, I was not getting around that thing. So now, swapping in my Delphox. I already explained this Delphox. This is the physical one. Now, Altara is going to snap out of confusion, go for a Draco Meter. Now, I knew I'd be able to actually live this one because it's got nice special defense, or decent special defense, and Altara's special attack is a little bit to be desired. Now, if it doesn't have any physical type moves, it's going to have to swap because it's got that -2 in special attack. So the Zen Headbutt is about a 3-hit KO, which is nice. Now, Altara's going to go for Heat Wave. That's definitely not going to do anything to me to take me out. It's going to need to hit me with a stab type move, or just anything neutral. That -2 in special attack really does hamper it. So go for another Zen Headbutt, almost one more to take it out. Now that Altara is going to go for another Draco Meteor, I was thinking I might just live this one because it does have a -2 in special attack, and the Delphox does live on 11 health. The only thing I was worried about was Zen Headbutt actually missing, and it doesn't miss, thank goodness, and that is enough to take out the Altara, which is good, because I didn't have a lot to actually do to that Pokemon. It's quite difficult. Like, I wish I had, like, Ice Punch or something. That would have been a nice move for it to learn. So now we have the real Primarina coming in. Pheromosa coming in, going for the Thunder Punch. This was straight off, just raw attack and an Expert Belt. I was quite happy with the damage. Primarina goes for a workup, thinking that I've got nothing to do to it, and that I would have probably, like, you have to know its physical move tool to be expecting that. So that was really good for me because I was able to get a second Thunder Punch off and take out the Primarina. 99.9% of the time, it couldn't have really done much to Primarina. So, I was definitely lucky there. That went for a setup move. So now we have the Lycanroc, the big problem. I was like, oh, here we go. So now Lycanroc, obviously any rock type move is going to take me out, which is a Cell Rock in this case, outspeeding me with the priority, and that's my Delphox down. Man, there was the Primarina, there was the Altara walled me really well, and now we have the Lycanroc. So now I've got my second Delphox. This is the Future Sight Blast Burn one. There wasn't a lot I could do here. So now it's going to go for the Drill Run. I'm like, oh dear. I get drilled in the, where. And I live on 2 health. And my red card just flies up there. Lycanroc is going to get sprung out of the battle. And now we have this Sylveon coming in, which is the last Pokemon to be revealed. So I went for the Future Sight. And my future is looking a little bit brighter without that Lycanroc on the field. So I've got that up. Now all I need to do is go for Protect and then go for the Blast Burn. It's like that combo should be enough to actually take it out. I'm hoping it does, depending on how bulky this this set is. So it's going to go for Draining Kiss. I was like, it's probably going to be a bulky set judging on that move. So I went for the Blast Burn against the Sylveon. Does pretty nice damage. I was like, damn, that's very, very bulky. I get the Magician, steal the leftovers, and now the Sylveon's going to go for the Draining Kiss and take him out. But I was hoping my Future Sight would be enough to actually take this thing out because it's very, very bulky by the looks of it. And without my Delphox now, I just simply do not have the damage output to actually take this thing out. So Future Sight hits really hard, but it's just quite not enough to take it out. It's like, damn. The only thing, good thing was it's in KO range for my Braixen. So this was the defensive Braixen. If I didn't go over this set, it was max health, max defense. I've got Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, Foul Play, and Wish. So Sylveon goes down to the Flamethrower. Thank goodness. The last Pokemon is the Lycanroc. I've only got 2 more Pokemon left myself. And things are not looking good, but I thought I could live at least one move until this happens. So we've got the Lycanroc going for the Z move here. So there is no way I'm going to be able to live this one. Even with the max health, max defense bulky set, it's definitely not going to be able to live this. Out of all the Z moves, this is a pretty cool Z move. I have to, out of all the, I'd say all the signature Z moves, my favorite Z move is still, a signature Z move, is probably still the Tapu Koko one. I like the Guardian of Alola. I really like that one. It's really cool. It's just a shame it's sort of like a fixed sort of damage move, but it's still really cool. I like it. Anyway, so the Lycanroc is I'm going to be sweating bullets and get hit by a couple of boulders, and that's going to take me out quite easily. So my last Pokemon I've got is the other Braixen. Now this is my special defensive Braixen, the Toxic Fire Spin Trapper. So I was thinking, well, if it got Stone Edge right, that could be my only chance to actually like live this if it misses. However, it does have Drill Run as well, so that's also bad. So now the Lycanroc's going to set up a Sword Dance, so I'm not going to be able to live any attack this thing throws at me now. I've got the Toxic up, which is good, but the problem here was I'm going to need a lot of turns for this thing to go down. So I've got the 1 round of Toxic up. Now I can go for Protect here. There's absolutely no there's no risk going for Protect here. I am already going to get one-shotted. If it does go for a Sword Dance, that's fine. So it's Stone Edge. So I was like, the only way I can get around this is a Stone Edge does miss, right? Drill Run is also a problem too, but that can miss too. So I was really banking on a miss there. Unfortunately, the Stone Edge connects, and that's my Braixen down. And that is game. I hope you guys enjoyed both these battles. They were very entertaining and very fun to do. Such a difficult team too, which made it hard. All right, enjoy the bloopers. Bye.